There's something undeniably magical about cooking outdoors, especially when the rain gently patters against the leaves, creating a rhythmic melody that blends harmoniously with the crackling of a warm fire. On days like this, when the sky is heavy with clouds and a crisp, earthy scent lingers in the air, the need for comfort is even greater. This is when food transcends mere sustenance and becomes an experience, one that warms from the inside out, filling the soul as much as it fills the stomach. And nothing delivers that feeling better than a rich, creamy beef and mushroom dish, simmered slowly over an open flame. This is not just a meal, it's an embrace, a taste of home even in the middle of the wilderness, where the simplest ingredients come together to create something deeply nourishing and unforgettable. Cooking in the rain adds a special element to the ritual, an undeniable connection to nature, as steam rises from the pot and mingles with the cool mist of the falling droplets. It's the kind of moment that makes you appreciate the art of slow cooking, of letting flavors build gradually, of allowing patience to transform simple ingredients into something extraordinary. The key to this dish lies in its richness, the tenderness of the beef, the earthiness of the mushrooms, and the velvety cream that ties everything together in a luscious, indulgent sauce. Each bite carries warmth, depth, and a story of rustic, traditional cooking passed down through generations. The process begins with gathering everything needed: thick, well marbled cuts of beef, firm wild mushrooms, fresh cream, onions, garlic, and a handful of aromatic herbs picked straight from the garden or foraged from the nearby countryside. Every ingredient plays its part, coming together like the pieces of a puzzle to create something greater than the sum of its parts. With the fire burning steadily, casting flickering shadows on the damp ground, it's time to begin. A heavy cast iron pan is placed over the flames, its surface heating up until a drop of oil shimmers, signaling that it's ready. Generous chunks of beef, carefully cut to ensure maximum tenderness, are added to the pan, immediately sizzling as they hit the hot surface. This is where the magic starts. The searing of the meat locks in its juices, creating a golden brown crust that adds depth and richness to the final dish. The sound is mesmerizing, the aroma intoxicating, as the beef browns beautifully, turning from raw and red to a deep caramelized hue. Once perfectly seared, the beef is set aside to rest, making way for the next layer of flavor. Into the same pan, finely chopped onions and garlic are tossed, their natural sugars coaxed out by the heat, turning soft and golden as they release their irresistible fragrance. This step is crucial. It's where the foundation of the dish's flavor is built. The onions melt into the pan, mingling with the beef drippings, creating a base that will infuse every bite with warmth and sweetness. Then come the mushrooms. Thick, meaty slices that soak up the surrounding flavors like sponges, their edges crisping slightly before softening into tender morsels. The combination of mushrooms and onions sizzling together in the pan is enough to make anyone's mouth water. Now, it's time to bring everything together. A generous splash of broth is added to the pan, sending up a plume of fragrant steam as the liquid deglazes the surface, pulling up all the rich, caramelized bits stuck to the bottom. This is where the dish truly begins to take shape, as the flavors deepen, merging into a single cohesive masterpiece. The beef is returned to the pan, absorbing every ounce of this liquid gold, its fibers slowly breaking down to become melt-in-your-mouth tender. And then comes the most luxurious part, the fresh cream. Poured in slowly, it transforms the dish, thickening into a rich, velvety sauce that coats every bite in smooth, indulgent goodness. The fire's steady heat works its magic, allowing the flavors to meld, the sauce to thicken just enough, and the beef to become impossibly tender. The gentle rain continues to fall, the smell of the fire mingling with the creamy, meaty aroma wafting from the pan, creating a moment so perfect it feels almost unreal. A final sprinkle of freshly chopped parsley adds a touch of color and freshness, while a pinch of salt and cracked black pepper heighten every nuance of flavor. It's the finishing touch on a dish that is already perfection, a dish meant to be savored slowly, one spoonful at a time. Served piping hot, with warm, crusty bread on the side, or a generous helping of buttery mashed potatoes, this creamy beef and mushroom dish is the ultimate expression of comfort. The rich sauce clings to every tender piece of beef, the mushrooms bursting with flavor in every bite, creating a harmony of taste and texture that lingers long after the meal is finished. Eating this dish by the fire, with the rain softly falling all around, is more than just a meal. It's an experience, a reminder of the beauty and simplicity, of the warmth that food can bring even on the coldest days. It's the kind of dish that makes you pause, that makes you appreciate the moment, the effort, and the love that goes into creating something so deeply satisfying. And as the last spoonful disappears, as the fire crackles low and the rain begins to fade, one thing is certain. This is a meal that will be remembered, a taste of comfort, warmth, and home, no matter where you are.